this person, and we stream our court live on YouTube, and I hit a little glitch with that. And I'm going to ask for some feedback in just a moment before we get started to make sure we're running the way we should. Okay. So before I get started, I do want to just kind of check with everybody. We've been having some technical problems the last couple of sessions, and I've become very aware that maybe people aren't actually hearing me. So let me just kind of cue a few things up and ask some questions. For those who aren't visually on the screen, let me ask you to get on the screen for a moment and where I can see you if you're able. Now, there are going to be folks who can't get on the screen, and I totally get that. If you're on a telephone, you're just listening. But those on your screen, if you could, if you can't hear me, if you're having trouble hearing, put your hand up. Okay, Cameron's phone. Okay, Cameron, I've asked you to unmute. Yes, hi. Cameron, can you unmute?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Okay. I had some problems, and I've learned that some people didn't hear things that I've said. And I just wanted to make sure that we're communicating, because we really need to communicate if you're in court, right? So, yeah. So, and Cameron, let me ask you real quickly. I just want to make sure you're Cameron Gilmore.
Yes, sure.
Thank you. I'm going to mute you, but I won't forget about you. I was noting when people logged in, I've been able to see as people logged in, and then I was trying to solve, some problems. It probably doesn't help for me to say, if you can't hear me, let me know, because you wouldn't be able to hear me. But is anyone aware that having problems hearing me? Okay.
No.
Good. I think we've addressed the problem with the sound. So I just wanted to confirm that before I talk a lot. And people are polite to the judge, and I really appreciate that, and it's important. There's a reason, but I also want to make sure we all stay together on the page. You know what I mean? So, because it's important. I know you wouldn't be here if it wasn't important to know what's going on. So I'm Judge Person. Another thing I want to do, and I'm going to ask everybody to cooperate if you're able. If you're on a device where you can designate your name, it would help to know who you are, okay? For example, I see a staff member named S. Bush, and I know who that is. But if it were someone off the street who I didn't know, and maybe it's their spouse's device, and they log in, and now I'm trying to figure out who that is. I don't see them on my docket, and it's really that I have their partner or their spouse instead of them. So if you've designated a name that isn't your name, just for the purposes of this meeting, because I have to confirm identity too, to some extent, it's loose, but I like to protect your privacy, or your really identity is what we're talking. If you'll go to your screen, and I'm going to share my screen for just a moment with everybody. If you'll go to your screen, and whoops, it's not doing what I wanted there either. You are screen sharing. I'm going to stop that because that's not working. If you'll go onto your screen and just get your arrow, your little button, and when you get to the corner of your own photo, you can drop down a menu. There's 3 little dots, dot, dot, dot. It says ask it, and that should be 3 dots. And Shirley, could you show me yours, please? Just show me your screen. I'm going to make sure it's not different for them as for me. But go ahead, and there should be a way that you drop down on that menu and you click rename. And I've got like 8 people that I can't identify, and we're going to take a lot of court time for me to just figure out what's your name. What I want to do instead, because I know your time is valuable, is I want to go ahead and give you the speech that I need to give, giving you your rights and information and options, and let you try to get your name straightened out. And then whoever's left over who couldn't do that, I'll address it. So if you have a nickname and it's up, for example, that's fine. I don't disrespect your nickname or your preferred name. But if you'll rename your name to your legal name for purposes of this meeting, I can find your file and get you done faster. Okay. So just for everyone's benefit. Can I see your screen? It's in screen. Just click on it and okay, I can't see it. So you'll have to find out from staff how to show me your screen because I like to see what y'all are doing. It partly helps me not overload you with too much if I know what you're doing. And I'm very used to monitoring what you're doing and pacing myself. So that's going to help us both a lot. And we're training all the time here. So there's that too. So anyway, I want to let y'all work on your name. And then if it doesn't, if there are a few, it's fine. Folks with a telephone are not going to be able to do that. And I'll work with those folks. Probably they can't unless they're on a device using their phone. We all know there's a million things now. So I'm Judge Person. I do want to welcome everybody to the Temple Municipal Court. And this is court, even though we're online. I have kept to this format for certain preliminary matters. I don't mind a crowded room full of people at this point, but I'll tell you, you wait longer, you have to take off work. And in my opinion, not everybody's situation calls for that. If we need some time to do the in-court room for you because it's just too complicated or we can't get on the same page, I can schedule in-court meetings. We still are doing that too, but most people have been glad to be at home or at the job taking less time off, and I will work with people as quickly as I can. So, for example, things I want people to know before you get started, okay? So everyone should know this, but we aren't really taught it in school anymore. So let me give you the 101. That's what I like to call it. So the 101 is if you are pulled over or you're given a citation or you're given a ticket out somewhere in the community, that ticket, you get a ticket, that ticket is really a way that we use under the law to accuse someone. It's an accusation, okay? And you're accused of something. And it'll usually say it on there. Sometimes it's not perfect and they can make some changes after they give it to you. But ultimately, no, that's not what I was asking. It's okay. Don't worry about it. So ultimately, you're accused of something, right? And then when you give a plea, I'm just trying to look at what y'all are doing on this screen. When you give a plea, like a judge will say, how are you pleading? That's really your way to answer to that accusation. Everybody with me so far? That's your answer. So there are three options for pleading. Guilty is one, not guilty is one, no contest is one. Guilty, not guilty, no contest, okay? So if you plead no contest, you're saying, I'm not gonna agree or disagree, I just wanna move forward with sentencing. If you plead guilty, you're saying, I did this. If you plead no contest, if you plead not guilty, excuse me, you're actually saying, I want the state to prove this case against me, okay? We don't have an innocence plea. And when we're in court, I like to have a shout out, but what I'd say is we have a not guilty plea. We don't have an innocence plea because if you plead innocent, you have to prove that innocence. When you plead not guilty, the state has to prove the case against you first, and then you have a chance to answer back or rebut, okay? And it may seem like I'm cutting hairs, but it's really important because really we're presumed not guilty. So if you plead not guilty, you're maintaining your innocence. But really what you're asking for is to come to court and have a trial, okay? With that docket, that changes the direction of your case. So what I want you to know is where your plea will take you and the options you have in those directions, okay? So if you plead not guilty, we're gonna schedule a pretrial and then we'll schedule a final pretrial. There's a two-step process. The first one is online. We'll see if we can get on the same page with that case, if it's resolvable, if there are matters that really need to be addressed. That docket's happening today. It's a pretty short docket. I'll make a room in a moment for you to talk with Ms. Warren. Ms. Warren is the city's prosecutor. She represents the state of Texas on these cases. She's waiving, and she will meet with you. Now, she doesn't represent you. She represents the state of Texas, okay? And that would be the party that filed the ticket. So just be aware that she's not here to give you legal advice. She is here to review her case. I'm asking you to review your case as well. And we're trying to see, do we need to spend tax money to have a trial or not? We can, that's not a problem. If it's not resolved today, that case should have been set for a final pretrial, a second hearing. And the unresolved cases need to come into the court on that day, because now we need to start gearing toward trial. And there are real specific steps and measures that we need to take. Okay. So that's a two-step process, partly for convenience, okay? And partly because you have rights and we have to follow those. If you plead guilty or no contest, I'm going to move into sentencing. Now, sentencing in a Class C court. This is a Class C court. We normally don't assess jail time. People can get warrants and be arrested from a Class C offense for not taking care of their case. For example, you've got a court date at the bottom of your ticket. If you don't honor that date, and you got it at the time, if you don't honor that date, you're subject to a warrant, okay? And you lose some really good options. So I can't highlight it enough. Being on time is really the best thing you can do for yourself. If you've missed it and you're here, I'm glad you're here and I'll work with you. But the court date, that's important, because that's actually a duty we have under the Constitution, is to not, we don't get arrested when we get a Class C ticket. They don't arrest you and tow your car away most of the time. And that means we have a duty to show up, okay? So that's what that's about. But what I'll tell you is, on your due date, if you miss a due date, or if you have a payment plan and you miss a payment, or you have a class due and you don't get it done, or you have a community service item due and you don't get it done, if you miss a deadline, you're subject to warrant. So I can't highlight enough, be on time. If you can't do the thing, you can't get it done. For example, you sign up for a payment plan, you miss your court date to make a payment because you lost your job after you signed up. You signed up in good faith, but now something's changed. Well, you need to just let us know. You need to come in or send an email to the court online help email, or drop a letter or fax. We take it all, but you've got to make sure we got it, okay? If you send a letter and we don't get it, we don't know you tried to help us know what was going on, but we're trying to help you. Now, again, if you've missed that and you're here because that's already happened, I'll work with you. But from here forward, let's work on hitting that deadline so that I don't have to do extra paperwork. I don't mind, but it drives your costs up, because warrants in Texas are mandated fees, and I can't change those fees. They're required by law, okay? So it'll help you not to let that happen. And I'm pretty good at solving those problems. I've been doing it for 20 years now, and I know how to come up with options, okay? But I can't work with an empty chair. You gotta help me by being on time or showing up for yourself, okay? So anyway, enough about that. Options. Before I get into options, well, now I'm gonna go ahead and do those options. So the options on guilty or no contest, where I'm moving into sentencing, we're not trying to go to jail. We're trying to get the case resolved, okay? Now, there's a bunch of ways, and let me tell you everything available, okay? First of all, I'm going to assume most people, if they could, would save money and would keep it off their record. Now, not everybody's like that. Some people don't. They want to save money, but their time is more valuable and they don't want to do something like a class for a ticket, right? So if I'm pushing you to do something and you don't want to do it, you let me know. It's perfectly fine if you don't want to do a class or something. You can always set up a payment arrangement. And I'll talk about payment arrangements in a moment. But the dismissal options, there are 4 in this type of court. Let me tell you what they are, and then let me quickly tell you how they work, okay? Compliance dismissals, driver safety course options, deferred dispositions, and teen court, okay? Now, compliance dismissals are things that can be brought up to date and dismissed. If you have something like that, I will tell you. You are free to ask me if you think I've missed something, but I'm going to start moving you in that direction, because they're the most money saved and the easiest fix, okay? Driver safety course options, again, you have to qualify and complete it to get the dismissal. You do save money. You do have to pay court costs. The fine goes on hold. I dismiss the fine if you get the program done. The court costs are set by the legislature. The fine is set by yours truly, the judge. So I can waive that fee. It's called a fine, but the court costs have to get paid. Those aren't cheap. I can work with you a little bit on when we do that, but we have to collect that up front. So I'll talk to you about that automatically. If it appears that you're qualified, I'll start trying to confirm that you're qualified and move you into that program, okay? And then if you don't want to do it, that's one where you go, I don't want to take that class. I don't want to take the time. You let me know. You don't have to do it, you know. I'm just assuming that most people are the same. Save money. We want to have a better record. Okay? If we can get it, right? If you don't qualify for either of those, another option, the third one, is called a deferred disposition. Deferred means delay, disposition means to make final. The deferred disposition is another tool for a dismissal. It kind of looks like probation. It's not technically, but you spend a period of time, good behavior. We sort out your fines and costs. Sometimes there's a class. Sometimes there's a record. Sometimes there's something you need to turn in that you already have. But we spell that out in a document. And at the end of the deferral period, which is anywhere from 90 to 180 days, I look, and if you've conformed to the order, all the things that we checked off that you need to do are done, I dismiss your ticket, okay? So that one has one little trick. In a Class C court, you can get a deferred disposition directly from the judge. You may ask the judge, and the judge may grant it. In all the other courts, like your felony courts or even the upper level misdemeanor courts, if you've ever watched those proceedings for any reason, and you looked at a deferred with a friend or what have you, you had to go to the prosecutor to get it. There's one exception carved out under Texas law for Class Cs. Most of our cases, you can ask the judge. What would that look like, you might wonder? People always want to know, what's the magic handshake? It's not magic. You just say, guilty or no contest, I'd like a deferred, okay? So that's how you do that. And I'm supposed to assume that you came here today and you already knew that. Most of us don't. I even have lawyers who aren't traditionally in Class C courts who don't know that. So you can ask directly, and the way I handle that is I just tell you, okay? You may ask. Now, if you're scheduled to meet with the prosecutor, she also has authority to make that recommendation. You can ask the prosecutor as well, okay? So that's the deferred disposition option. And then the fourth option is if you're a high school or middle school student, I'm going to drive you toward teen court. Teen court is a way for a young person to take responsibility for their actions, learn the most they can from the experience here and the fact that unfortunately they are here. If they get their teen court completed, they get a dismissal and it keeps it off their record. And sometimes that record isn't even findable in their future. That's really important with criminal offenses as far as your future. You can eliminate, when you're 14 or 12, you can eliminate a career option. So we want to have a young person get through this, okay? And really what I'm trying to do is not have them back in court again, okay? And also, if it's traffic offense, the record may or may not be as important, but their safety is. And what we know is that young people have more accidents in Texas than any other state. We are number one. We have been for more than a decade and a half. We kill more young drivers in Texas than any other state. And it's not because we have more people. That's a pro rata determination. And what teen court statistics tell us is those who complete a teen court process are literally, the recidivism is less than 20%. Without teen court, where a parent just pays a ticket, that's more like flipped. It's about 80%. Okay. So honestly, teen court, I'm going to drive it not to save money, not to keep the record clean, but for the health and safety of your young person and our community. Okay. So that's my position. I'll put it right out there. Okay. So those are the 4 ways to gain the dismissal. You can ask me if you have questions about that. Remember to speak up if it's a deferred you're seeking. And that way now everybody can operate with the same bag of tools, okay? We also allow 30 days to pay if you need it. If you need more time, I need a payment application on file. Well, actually, I need it for both. If you're not paying it all at one time, then I need to look at your financial situation. And when things change, like you change a job, it's good to review and see if you can meet the obligations if you've signed up to do something. It's going to help you if things have changed and you need to let me know. And I can always look at anything you send to me or meet with you if I can't figure it out by looking at the paper. I try to keep your time to a minimum, but I also want to be accessible both. Okay. So I just put everything out there. That way everybody knows what to expect. And then I have to hold you to it. Okay. All right. And I'll just keep myself as respectful of your time as I can, and I will expect the same in return. A couple of people who I've still not been able to figure out who they are. Ma'am, and you have such a beautiful dress on. It's purple and some nice hoop earrings. You're on an iPhone. Could you let me know? I just asked if you'd unmute and let me know your name, please, ma'am. So you'll need to unmute your iPhone and just give me your name if you could, please. I understand you're working with the technology. It's okay. Just when you get it, okay? And let's see. I saw a few people come in. I've got one more coming in. And while I'm doing that and waiting for the nice lady to do that, I do have Stormy Youngblood. I think she's still here. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and create the prosecutor pretrial space. And Mr. Youngblood, I'm going to go ahead and what'll happen is I will send you an invitation to meet with Ms. Warren. And when the meeting is over, you're going to come back in the room for me to just have a few final parting remarks and words to you. But you'll click on that meeting and go to that room. It's technically a room. Okay? You should have that invitation. Oh, thank you, Ms. Boykins. Appreciate it. We'll need to resolve the problem before I can talk to you. But you can work on that. If you're running into problems, can you hear me? I'm assuming. Okay. So something's going on. And it's probably just a matter of unmuting yourself. And I've got you logged in now, and you won't lose your place. So if in trying to figure out the problem, you disconnect for any reason, just log back in. You won't lose your place in line as long as you're back in quick, okay? All right, I don't want anyone to log out and leave. Now, young man just came in, I believe, young man, Galaxy Note 8. I'm asking you to just tell me who you are, please.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Cesar Mendoza.
Okay, you were in already.
Yes, ma'am. It's just the Wi-Fi was
Yeah,
going
gotcha.
right now.
That's cool. I've got you logged in already, and you won't lose your place in line. And then I've got several, let's see, Rayvon King, I've got you a while back. Young man named Prince Michael Johnson. I'm trying to find out, are you Marion Michael Johnson? I'm assuming that you are.
Marion Johnson, yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I just want to make sure I don't lose your place in line. Thank you. And let's see. The rest are phone numbers. If you're on a phone, I'm going to call out the last 3 digits of your phone number, and I would like you to unmute and just give me your name. Phone number ending in 412. Phone number 412. Who are you, please?
Brandy McGuire.
Okay, McGuire. Here we go. Thank you, Ms. McGuire. I'm just going to rename it for this meeting. Okay. Phone number ending 267. If you could unmute, that would really help.
Richard DeGroat.
Oh, thank you. You're on the pretrial docket. I was just going to start looking for you. Thank you very much. I've got you identified. Phone number ending in 095. Could you please let me know who you are?
Your name.
Hello,
Say your
Yes,
name.
hi. Could you please tell me your name?
David Hutchison.
Thank you, Mr. Hutchison. Okay. And phone number ending in 085. Could you please tell me your name? Phone number ending in 085. Could you please tell me your name? I'll skip that and come back, but if I can't identify you, I don't know, I won't be able to really help you. Phone number, that's a 512 number, but ending in 174. 174, could you tell me your name, please?
Nebia Berhe.
Say the name again. Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Nebia Berhe.
Thank you, ma'am. I've got you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay. I'll try one more time. 085. Hello. Zero 085. I'm going to try this one other way. If I call your name and you're here, I'm thinking you're not here. If I don't call your name, I already think you're here, okay? Trinity Barbutes, are you here? Angelise Blair, are you here? Laura Long, are you here? Derek Norman, are you here? Jean Piazza, are you here? I see Mia Pickett, thank you. LaShonda Robbie. Okay. And then Michael Warner, are you here? Okay. It's real important to note those cases, if I don't hear from those people, they're going to head to warrant, see? So that's why it's important. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to move forward now. Let me begin with Cameron Gilmore. If you'll unmute and just give me a moment to follow up, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
A lot of people. Problem. We'll get to everyone. Give me one more moment to review your file.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're 19. Have you graduated already, Cameron?
Yes, ma'am.
When did that happen?
2019.
Oh, way a long time ago. Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. Let's see. There's 2 registration charges,
Yes, ma'am.
and we missed a court date way back at some point in the process.
So for one of those tickets they gave me,
Yes.
the officer said that The second one he had to give me because he said that the first one wasn't in the system. That was the only reason he gave me two, because it was kind of back to back. Like I got pulled over one day and then the next.
Yeah, I mean, once you're in, like, let's say it was due in April,
Yeah.
by the 5th, you're subject to every day you could be stopped.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there, he might have been talking about some kind of policy. I don't know. I do have no control over the police
Yeah.
policy.
I understand. Yeah.
But I will tell you, the missed court date is really what happened over here. When did we miss a court date? Let me just re-review your file.
Yes, ma'am.
So here's what I
I can't. I
Yeah,
can't.
I'm just talking to a clerk. For a minute.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll try to speak up. I don't mind you hearing me, but I'm looking away because I'm looking at another. I've got screens.
Yes, I
So
understand.
pull up the ticket and let me see the ticket. Just open that ticket up and let me look at it. Oh, he even got a warning. Okay. Yeah, so at the bottom of your ticket was a May court date. And sorry, it just went away. Let me look at it again. May 19th was your court date. When did we hear from him? Yeah, it was more than a month. Before we heard from you. Well, I did receive your pleas of no contest to those charges. Is that correct?
No, I plead guilty to those.
Oh, okay. I see that you have not had income for a little bit. Is that still what's happening for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how long have you had to look?
So I'm sorry. What was that?
How long have you needed to look for work? Have you been looking?
For about a month now. I was in the hospital with some mental health reasons, but
Okay. When forgive me to pry in that, but it might be helpful. When was that happening?
the in the hospital.
Yes.
So May 27th, I think I was in. I was in for 3 days, but it was more of like what happened after, which was like the reason why I wasn't working. But now I'm trying to find work again.
Of course. Yeah, you're putting things back together. Okay. So I'll accept your pleas of guilty, and these are not moving violations. They're not going to impact like a record. But since I'm noting that right now there is no income, I will go ahead and order community service instead. Um, and I see that you're in the Temple area. Is that still the case?
Yes, ma'am.
The total number of hours for both cases together is 15 hours. Okay, total. If I get 15 hours from you, I'll zero out your balance. I'm going to give you 2 months to do it. Well, no, 30 days should be enough, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's August 15th. And I have a list of places local where you can do the community service. They're all nonprofits because I can only accept nonprofit. Okay. And what would probably work the best, because I need your signature today and I need to hand you a packet that's pretty long. Are you able to come by the court today sometime and pick up your packet?
Before it
5.
closed. Yes, ma'am.
Let's say by 4 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We should have that up there in about, I would say, an hour. So anytime you can come get it, but we need you to sign today. There's just one form, and then you'll have everything you need, including I'll give you a timesheet,
Mhm.
track your hours. Your supervisor at the location will need to sign off on those hours. We will call and verify those hours once you turn them in, which is no later than August 15th. Okay.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
then once we get it in and verify it, we'll zero out your balance. If you get close to the deadline and you're not finished, you need to apply for an extension of time. Don't get a warrant. Don't miss a court date again.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
And what's your next step with us?
To go and get those papers signed.
Exactly. Okay, we're on the same page. I'll let you go.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too, sir. Ms. Warren, I see you back with us. And you were talking to Stormy Youngblood, who was on a phone call, so I don't know if that's proven. Oh, no, he's here. He wasn't on a phone call. That's a case of a DWLI license issue, and I'm wondering if there's any way to resolve it before trial or if we're heading to trial. And Mr. Youngblood.
Your Honor, after conversation, Mr. Youngblood is changing his plea to no contest.
Okay,
He is a CDL and he's still invalid. And so I told him you could talk to him about his payment arrangements.
okay, I can do that. And I will work with you, Mr. Youngblood, next. Ms. Warren, I do want to move you forward. Richard DeGroat is here, and I have him. Yeah, there he is. He is on a phone call. So, Mr. DeGroat, I'm going to ask you to unmute. I'm going to move you into that meeting in a moment. But what I wanted to do, usually you come back into the meeting at the end. Sometimes with a telephone, that can prove a challenge. If that happens, just what we normally try to do is you can leave the meeting and log back in, and I'll bring you back in and we'll have a conversation. But you're the last person on the pretrial docket today. The pretrial docket is not full today. So what we might adjust that a little if I might have Ms. Warren just relay some final remarks to you, okay? But sometimes you can come back in and it'll work beautifully. I just want to address if we have a hiccup. I'm sending you an invitation to what's called room 1, and that's where Ms. Warren will discuss with you. You can just join that meeting. He went in. Thank you, Ms. Warren. Okay, Mr. Youngblood, I think you are, yeah, thank you. Let me just look at your file a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Youngblood, any income information, please? Wonderful. Are you working at this time?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that's actually what I needed to clarify. And your spouse is working.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I'll have, looks like really regular, let me see that. Oh, thank you. Regular bills, but it can be hard. You have 3 kids at home. And
Yes,
I can tell that you would have difficulty. I don't see that you could do payment. You asked for $25 a month, but, or as a suggestion you did, but I could actually order community service in your case. I can let you choose. If we did community service on this, that would be 14 hours.
Okay.
If you wanted $25 a month, I would begin on a date that you tell me we should start. So I'm going to let you tell me what's going to work in this case.
Let's just do the 25 because I take care of my kids and my grandson right now, and
Okay.
there's no, so be better. The hard time would be to find, a sitter to do communities.
I'm good with that. If you, here's what we'll do. I can email a payment plan arrangement over to you, $25 a month, and you can sign it and send it back to us today, or we can have you come by the court and pick it up and sign for it. Which will work best?
Email.
Okay, we're going to use the email we used to send you the meeting for today. Will that still work?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then my last question is, what's your best start date?
I would say Friday.
Sorry?
This Friday, tomorrow.
Tomorrow on
Yes,
the
ma'am.
9th? Okay, so it's $25 a month beginning 7/9.
Okay.
And that you can also talk to the clerk. You can call tomorrow and find out all the different ways that we do it. And this is for everybody's information. With payments, you can pay online, you can pay by phone, you can come by, you can mail in. I strongly discourage cash in the mail. I I kind of discourage payment. We take them. We take the money orders. We take those. But when they get lost, I have had lots of people tell me they had trouble getting that back. So that's up to you. We also, and if you do a money order, a check, or cash, we're not going to charge you a fee. If you pay online or by phone, the vendor that we use, and they all do it, it's not our fee. They charge fees. We don't get that money. It's not adding to your benefit there. It's just money that they charge to do business. So that's up to people to decide, but I'll just let you know, like, that's the scope of what we've got available. Okay. All right. So Mr. Youngblood, we're going to email to you that payment plan. It's going to spell out everything, all the payments. If you pay more, it just knocks it down earlier. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
We don't charge interest or anything. Okay. Do you have any questions today?
No, ma'am.
And what's your next step with us?
Pay my.
Right. Set up your payment plan.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you for your time today. You've been very respectful and I appreciate it. I think things will I will pray that things will get better for you. Okay.
Ma'am, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. So the next person I want to talk to, let me knock some people down. Going to work with Cesar Mendoza, and you can unmute Mr. Mendoza and just give me a moment to pull your file.
Yes, ma'am.
You're 17 today,
Yes, ma'am.
and this is an offense of speeding back in May 31st of 2021, and you've pled guilty, and I will accept your plea. And where do you go to school?
I go to school in Cameron, Texas at
Okay.
CH High School.
Right. What's your team out there again?
Yeoman.
Yeah, all right. Okay. So, all kidding aside, speeding charge for, and I see parent behind you. Perfect. Mom, is that mom?
Yes, ma'am.
Mom or sister? Okay. So, we're going to look at teen court. All right. And teen court is for you to do with parental support. Okay. So, first off, there's a $20 fee. Can we get that fee today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It has to be cash. Okay. You're actually
Yes,
going to have to, unfortunately, but you're going to have to come over sometime today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Today's good. And then in the case of speeding, I have several classes that I'm going to give you option to choose from. Some of, like, a couple of them are live, a couple of them are online, and that'll be kind of up to you to work out what's going to work best for you and your family. And unlike the traditional driver safety course option, it's not due in 90 days, it's due in 30. And that would be August 5th.
Pero dile que no lo puedes tomar, hijo, porque apenas tomaste uno.
Am I still gonna be able to take it even though I took one like a while back?
Yep.
Okay.
I think you need to.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's due August 5th.
Okay.
And we're going to have all the information for what you need to do. For that, we'll have the list of places and we'll receipt your $20. And when are y'all going to head over here?
I could go around 2.
Okay. We'll have it at the front desk for you.
Okay.
And you'll just come. It won't take more than 10 minutes.
Okay.
And do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to release you then. What's your next step with us?
Go pay the $20 fee.
And pick up your packet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll let you go.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Warren, I know you were talking to Richard DeGroat, and was on the phone. And so I don't know if he can get back in. Is there a resolution or are we moving to trial?
There is a resolution, Your Honor. He is on a flip phone. He did change his plea to no contest. I offered a deferred on the seatbelt. He needs a payment plan. And so I was gonna tell him to call back in to,
Perfect. That would be
okay.
perfect.
All
Thank
right,
you.
so I'll tell him to call back in.
Okay, and once you do that, I don't have anything further for you right now. So I'll work with him. And you don't need to, once you tell him that, you can log off.
Okay,
You're-
thank you.
Thank you for your time today, Ms. Warren.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll wait for him to log back in. And let me do a quick look at his income. Yeah, hold on. Okay, yeah, he could pay. That's seatbelt, so it's low. Okay, and then moving forward, Chloe Bertrand, I'm going to pull your file. Give me a moment and you can unmute while I pull your file. Okay. Let's see. Chloe. Did I lose Chloe Bertrand? Let me see. Oh, there you are, ma'am. Hi, good morning. Okay, so there is a charge called failing to control speed. That baffles people sometimes. It may not have done so for you, but ultimately it means there was some kind of collision and the vehicle wasn't able to be controlled. And it has fines and costs of $281.16. For some reason, I didn't get any information. And let me just pull your file and see. Did she write anything down for me? Go to the documents, please. So is there a plea form or not a pre-warrant letter? It's document. I don't know what that means in the context of speeding. Could we look at it? Okay. When was it? Let's see. That's marked for, I think we took the wrong class, maybe. No? Let's see. No, that's a court copy. And completion was 10/24/18. Oh, I remember this one. Right. So pull up her no. Yeah. Go down to the bottom. Okay, stop. I need a due date. 5/25. And what was the date what date did she sign up to do that? No. What date did she come in and sign up to do that process? No. What date did she execute that document? That's weird. Okay. Give me one more moment. I remember this one, but there's a detail I'm missing. I actually reviewed this one.
One of the district clerks told me that I actually sent in one that was from 2018 instead of the one that I completed in 2021.
You did. And I was like, surely there's a misunderstanding.
Yeah. And I do
Surely
have that one.
it's not
Like,
yeah, you sent a 2018. I'm just having trouble finding anything. Hold on just a moment. Hmm. Yeah, I've got something happening with my LT, my software. No, what I want to know is, and I want to know if we can answer it with what we're looking at, and if not, she came in, she signed up, and I guess she was turning in something at that time. Did we get the driving record? Look at the bottom of that if there's anything further. It's 5 documents. Okay, so stop there for a moment. And that was due, okay, that's 6/7/21. And she had a course in 2018. And, okay, now what I'm trying to learn is her due date. Go back to her profile in the software. I'm just reviewing your electronic file. And now that I've solved the online hearing problem with the software, I'm having a software problem in the court. So just, I know how to get to the information. It's just going to take me an extra second.
All right.
Yeah, let me see that. Let's start with something grounding for a change. No. You're clicking and moving at the same time, and sometimes you wind up grabbing the document above it. So her ticket, she was supposed to be in by January 28th. And then the next thing that happens, document-wise, drop the documents down. And then I look, she came in on the 20th. Wow, that ticket got in late too. So let me just look at all of it, like right where you are, hold on. Yeah, because I made an exception for her. And let's go to the notes, case notes. Yeah. I like to go to enter case notes because I found the other one clips off. Okay. And then I don't know what happened in February 25th. That's weird. It just seems like she sent in her documents when she signed up. Okay, I know what we can do. All right. So first of all, I'm going to determine that you just sent me the wrong thing. Did you take another class on time?
The class was completed by June 4th.
Okay.
I believe.
Do I have
No, but I can email it to you. I was told to hang on to it until today.
Okay. Email me that. And I think with that, I will accept it. I have your driving record already, and we can just move forward.
Okay, thank you.
You keep good records. It's going to help you this time too. And what did you say, June 4th?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm just going to make a note that you'll send that today and that I will accept. That one. And I'm accepting your driving record.
Thank you. And what's the email that needs to go to?
Yes, ma'am. It is courtonlinehelp@templetx.gov. It's where the link to this meeting was sent from. Will that work?
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, I'll just recommend that you check tomorrow and make sure, or check to make sure we got it, and then check tomorrow. I don't think there's going to be a problem. I think we should get you resolved.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Bertrand. Okay. Tiara Everett, I believe you're next. And
Yes,
I'll have,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am. Good morning, Ms.
Good
Everett.
morning.
Give me one moment to get on the same page.
Yes, ma'am.
I think this is one. Real quickly with Ms. Everett, just look at my case notes real quickly. Okay. I don't have your hours in, but I can give you more time. Would that work?
No, ma'am. And the thing with that is, because when I was in Indiana, I went around trying to find it because I don't know anything about community service, to be honest with you. And I went around while I'm here in Winter Haven, Florida, and they don't have anything here either. So I wouldn't know what to do at this point. I probably can. I don't even know how this is about to go at this point because as of right now, I'm heading to see my recruiter to do my test for the Navy.
Oh,
So I can, yeah.
that's
So
great.
yes, trying to get my life back on track after, death in the family. Because the day I got the ticket is the day I was heading to go, lay my mother to rest. So,
I'm
and I'm
sorry.
the oldest son. Yes, ma'am. We knew she gave up a good fight. She died of cervical cancer, stage 4 cervical cancer. She'd been battling it for like 6 years, but it kind of was like unexpected. So we kind of, expected her to make it, but she didn't. So I'm just back to get my life on track at this point. So honestly, I'll just take any other thing you got for me except for community
Okay.
service at this point, because I know I've been searching and I wouldn't know where to begin with that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay. Let me give you 2 pieces of information, or maybe 3. The first one is any nonprofit, and that can be, I've had young people wash fire trucks at the fire department,
Okay.
grooming dogs at animal services in your town,
Okay.
or doing some paperwork for those kinds of folks, volunteering at your library, volunteering at anything like that. But it would be any nonprofit. Okay, your church.
Okay.
Okay, so that could still be an option, and I can give you more time. The other is for you have a balance of 514.20. I can remove approximately $150 of that and set you on a low payment plan, and you can pay it off when you get a chance, but just stay on a $25 a month payment plan. So you tell me the best way to solve this problem, because you know you and your situation better than I do.
Yes, ma'am.
What would work the best?
I can. Yeah, I have a good. I can say I can do maybe like start off $25 a month next month, because like I have a good faith that I'm going to get in today. So,
Okay.
Once I'm in the service, I can just do my payments and possibly just pay it off way before then.
Okay. We'll do a reduction. We're going to mail a payment plan to you. You sign it. You can email it back, or you can, scan, or you can take a photo and email it to us.
Okay.
And I'm going to start $25 a month, August 5th. That's a month.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What do you have any questions?
No, ma'am. I just really appreciate your help and understanding my situation. And actually, thanks for being educational as well, because it's some stuff you said in the beginning I had no idea about. And it was nice to know that as well.
It scares people, and what we know is if we educate, your brain turns back on. If we scare you, we're all going to go into fight and flight. And it doesn't do it. Neither of us gets what we want if I just scare you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you're welcome.
Okay. Thank you.
If you don't get that from us in the next hour, call and check on it.
Okay.
When you email it back to us, call and check on it.
Okay.
I don't want it to get, where you think you sent something and we don't know that you did.
Okay.
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 Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any further questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. You're waiting on an email. Call on and check on it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
Cool. All right. Yeah, the reduction in the payment. Okay, good to go? So you're taking $150 and whatever else shakes out. I meant to ask, and it's because now we're on the next one. Glenn Tierney? Yes, I assumed you were Glenn Tierney, and I didn't ask, but you're just labeled Glenn, and I have 2 Glens in here today. So the other one I have the last name on. So let me grab your file. There we go. How are you today, sir? You can unmute if you would, and it would be most wonderful because then I can hear you.
Okay. Yes,
Hi.
I am Glenn Tierney.
How are you today?
Oh, okay.
Okay. I did get your message and I got your note, and that was just a few short days ago. So I'm going to assume that nothing has changed since that time, and that you're still working hard to get out of the situation that is
Yes.
that process of making all those applications. And I'm going to wish you well. I want to ask you a couple things. I did get your plea, and I'll accept it for the insurance charge of a no contest plea. And then I can order community service, and I've got a few questions before I do that. It would be automatically, unless I hear more from you, 14 hours due in 30 days. But what I wanted to ask you before I even make that determination is, I know you're pending for disability, and I don't want to get too far in your medical business, but are there limits that are going to mean that you can't do community service? So I'm not going to know that, and maybe you know that, or maybe you don't yet. So what I normally do is I get the 14 hours on, I give you 60 days, and that way you have also time to meet with your physician of your choice and just make sure things are okay for you to do it. And then if your physician says you can't do it, I need a note from your physician. If your physician says you can, but you need more time, then I take that note. Or your physician says, no, you're good to go, and you get it done and turned in. So on your due date, then I would look for either the hours or some kind of request to give you more time, or something from your physician saying up or down. So that's kind of how I tend to handle that, because I don't really, I don't like to get people's medical records because they're very private. And I'm no physician. So I just let you tell me through whichever doctor kind of person you're going through, what's realistic and what isn't. If it's not a reality that we can do it, and I have a note like that, I can waive it.
Okay, ma'am. I may need an extension because tomorrow I'm having surgery on my foot.
Okay.
And I'm not going to be able to put weight on my right foot for 6 weeks. I won't be able to drive.
So why don't you get your doctor to put just a note? Sometimes they just write it on a prescription pad, and you send me that.
Send it to you how?
You email it to the email that we used to set this meeting up.
Okay, so tomorrow when I see the doctor before the surgery, I can have him write down this information and then email it to you.
Right. And I've got a deadline on that by September 9th.
September 9th, ma'am?
Yes. And we're going to email that over as a due date for community service, September 9th. And I can give you extensions on that, or, I want your surgery to go great. But if something happens, then we're communicating about you need more time, or we shouldn't be trying to get you to do that. Does that make sense?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So let's stay communicating.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
We just put a deadline on it so that you know when you got to check in. So it could be a note tomorrow, or it could be a note when you go back in after your surgery. You have 60 days right now, and I can give you 60 more, or we can call it done if I need to. Okay?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So our next step is I'm emailing this over to you as a community service order with the due date. And you now know I need to hear from you by September 9th.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any questions?
No, ma'am. I think that's it.
Okay. Just look for that email in the next hour or so. And if you don't receive it, call and check.
Okay.
Thank you. And good luck with your surgery, Mr. Tierney.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Christina Hadaway. Let's get your case pulled up.
Yes,
and you
ma'am.
can. Hi. Let me
Hi.
get your file pulled up, okay?
Okay.
I need to let a few people in. And I'll be right with you, Ms. Hadaway.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
I let in a couple of people, and I just love how this thing just reverts back to the previous names. 267. Mr. DeGroat, I see you are back in. Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Not too bad.
Okay. So, Ms. Warren, let me know that the plea was changed to no contest, that you two have agreed on a deferred disposition, that you needed a payment plan.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I can break the payments into 3 payments. And that would be $61 each time.
Okay.
And what I'm going to ask you is, when is a good time to collect the first $61?
I can pay the first $61 anytime right now.
Okay.
I'm on Social Security disability,
Yes, I did review that.
so I get my payments on the 3rd of the month.
Okay. So if we did, okay. So for my first question, because I also see that you're out in Gerald.
Yes, ma'am.
And if we did payment, if you pay online or by phone, it's not a problem, but you do get charged fees, and that can be concerning. I don't know the fees. I think I'm just finding out that number real quick. Or you can come in and not have.
I can come in.
You can?
Usually I have to go to the Temple VA to do blood labs
Oh, okay.
once a month for blood thinners.
When are you coming into Temple?
I'm coming in there next week. I have to see my primary care doctor, which I can stop then and make the first payment.
Okay.
The next one is on July 29th is when my labs are due, which I won't have funds at that time.
Right. What day are you coming in next week?
Thursday.
That's the 15th.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you do a payment on that date?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And also then next month, looking at the next month, which would be August, let's look at the 5th.
Okay.
Anytime on or before the 5th.
Okay.
And then in September, anytime on or before the 7th.
Okay.
Because the holiday is Monday, and you get funds on the 3rd, and that's a Friday, and if that works for you, you can do it then.
That's fine.
But if it doesn't, you have up until. And But since we're doing a deferred, I would like to get your signature today on the document that we have.
Okay.
And that's the agreed to gain a dismissal deferred. Did we email you any information? Do you have email?
No, I don't. I just have a flip phone.
Okay.
I'm living on a budget, as you know.
Okay, that's
And,
fine. I completely understand. And I don't want you driving to Temple living on a budget repeatedly from where you are. So I'm going to give you an extension until next week, July 15th. Okay?
Okay.
And when you come in, we'll have all your paperwork for you to have copies of everything, and you can receive the payment then too. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
And that'll work. That'll be all we need. Okay? So
All
you're
right.
extended. I'm giving you an extension to July 15th. And but then if you got to come in on the 15th, and we'll do that payment.
Yes, ma'am.
And the documents.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And our next step is we'll see you on the 15th. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
A course extension to July 15th. Okay. Mr. DeGroat being taken care of, and moving back now to Ms. Hadaway. Christina.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see, there you are. Hi, good morning.
Hi.
So let me just look at everything. You are working? And I
Yes,
see-
ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I am working.
Yeah, you've got some limited hours. Is the Social Security yours or a family member?
It's my son's. It's from his father. His father passed away.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's see. So, yeah, that's not quite. Let me recalculate. I've got an error on this form.
Okay. I know whenever I was giving her all the information on my money, she said that it looked like I would be able to make payment plans, but I am a single mother of 4 kids and I'm behind on my taxes, so I have to pay on that too. And I got behind on bills when I didn't have a job during COVID, so I'm paying up on those. I would really much rather be able to do community service. That would be better for me.
Right, I have to qualify you for it. Give me a moment.
And my checks really depend on the hours that I get.
So you put that you were paid every 2 weeks.
Yes, ma'am. I get paid every 2 weeks.
Okay.
And depending on my hours, I get paid $10 an hour.
Okay. And it's not full time.
No, ma'am.
And then the Social Security is 7?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then I pay my water, my electricity, my Wi-Fi, my phone, my insurance. I also have a title loan that I'm almost paid up on that I have to pay every month too. And I'm not sure if I put that on there.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, it's like $120 a month.
And when does that end?
When does that end?
Yes.
I owe $400 left on it, so hopefully soon.
Yeah, those kind of reach up and bite you.
Yes, they do. I will never do that again.
Smart. Are there any medical bills that are not getting paid that need to be getting paid?
No, ma'am. Not right now.
Any health conditions for you or your kids?
No, ma'am. I just found out I was pregnant, but besides that, no, ma'am.
And You have access to medical care for your pregnancy?
For who?
For your pregnancy?
Oh, yes, I'll get on Medicaid.
Okay. Let's see. Just give me one moment. I want to review your file.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I'm coming up against the same issue. And I want to try to do what I can. Make sure
Okay,
I've
yes,
covered
ma'am.
everything. She had a payment. Or was it? Let me see that. Perfect. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay. How pregnant are you?
Oh, I'm in my first term. I just found out I just missed my period, so I'm only like a month and a half.
Are any of the, forgive how I'm going to ask this, your children, is their father involved? I mean, was it the one son lost his father? So I'm not really clear about.
Yes, ma'am. My 3 older ones are from another man. He is not involved. Never has been.
How many children? You're about to have 4?
No, I'm about to have 5.
Okay, I've only have 3 kids listed.
Okay, yes. I have 4 boys. Now I have a 20-year-old. He's 20.
Okay. Is he living with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Disabled?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And who's the one that gets them?
My youngest is the one, Ashton Oz.
Ashton. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He's the one that gets the benefits.
Now I understand what you're telling me.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I mean, if I was to be put on a payment plan, I could probably afford like $25 a month at the
Right.
most.
And I'm seeing that we did that not long ago, and
Yes,
here we
ma'am.
are. And I actually think, in looking at what you've given me, I think that I'm just missing something that we're not finding, because so I go by what's submitted, and there's
Yes.
like $600 that I can't account for. But
Okay.
it may be that you are spending it on things that you need.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just
Like,
not seeing what that is. So what I can do is order $20 a month,
okay.
and then, start it in a month or whenever works best for you
Okay.
within reason. And then
Okay.
what you might do, and you should have copies of what you gave me, is look at it really good and hard and tell me, what am I missing?
I don't have any copies on with me right now, but I know I can name what I pay. So
Okay, name it again.
okay, yes, ma'am. So I have my electric bill, which
Yeah,
is usually if I do really good, it's about 150 a month.
Okay.
200. Okay. And then I have my water, which is my water and my sewer to the city, which that runs me about 130. And I'm behind on my water, so I have to pay. I'm trying to pay it up.
Right. Okay.
And so by the time I pay the bill, it's due again, is what I'm saying. So that's why it gets so high, because they charge me that $35 late fee or whatever.
Okay.
Then I pay Wi-Fi, which is $85 a month. My car insurance is $75. My title loan payments, they range. Sometimes it fluctuates. So sometimes it's 85 to 120.
Okay.
I also pay on back taxes that I owe for my home, because I own my own home.
What is that payment?
I try to pay, it's really whatever I can pay. I try to pay about $200 a month to $300 a month.
Okay. And what else? What about for fuel to get around? Take
Oh,
your
yes,
kids to
ma'am.
school?
I have to drive my car to work. So I would say to and from work, and then my kids to school when they go. I would say I spend probably about $100 a week on gas.
Okay, because you put $40
Yes, ma'am.
a month.
Yes, ma'am. That is definitely not correct.
Okay.
Because I work
Okay.
out on Adams at Vista cleaning the church out there, so that's a little bit of a drive from my
Right.
house.
Okay.
And then on food, I am on food stamps, but also sometimes the food stamps don't go all the way through the month. So I usually am spending $150 to $200 on food.
Okay. So I've gotten you now to where I think is what really is going on. And every bill you had actually been a little more optimistic.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
so it was giving the wrong appearance. So we can get you now to community service. You know, the more honest you are, the better. And I don't think you were being
Yes.
dishonest. I think you were just trying to put a good light on things. But it's
Yes.
30 hours of community service here in Temple.
Okay.
And I need you to come by and sign for that and pick up your packet
Yes,
today.
ma'am.
Today, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'll come
Okay.
up there in a few minutes.
Okay. And your due date is going to be September 9th. If you get to that due date and you're not done, you need to apply for an extension so you don't get a warrant, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am. Am I going to receive a list of things where I can go to do the community service?
Yes, good question. You're going to have a list of places,
Okay.
instructions on how to do it, and a timesheet to keep track of your hours. Make sure that it is a nonprofit, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Hadaway.
Okay. Thank you. Have a great day.
Come on by the court.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. I have Hunter Hanson.
Hello.
Hi. Good morning. Give me a moment to get your file pulled up.
Yes, ma'am.
You're 16 today?
Yes.
Okay. I need a parent present.
I'm right here.
Right on. Okay, great. You're at Lake Belton High School?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Dad, what's your name?
Ernest Hanson.
Ernest. And this is a possession of tobacco by a minor charge. The costs and
Yes.
fines. The costs and fines. I got a nothing sheet. Hold on just a moment. I don't have anything on there. The fines and costs are $286. Also, with that particular offense, I'm also required to order a tobacco awareness class taken at your own expense and up to 12 hours of alcohol-related community service. I think teen court is a good option. You did check it, and that helps because instead of paying the $286, there's a $20 fee, and then the class would still be the requirement. And the hours of community service are in the class, okay? Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what do we know about that? I got this already. We're good. What do we know about the classes? Let's pull the class sheet up. So with teen court, we can only take the $20 in cash. And that means that we'll need you to come and do that and pick up all your packet information.
So I've got to pay for. Actually, I'm not going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it since you're working now. Okay. So
Yeah.
he's got to pay for his class.
Yes.
And are y'all going to or y'all have a recommendation for something that he can sign up for?
Yes, we do. It's online.
Well, I was gonna ask y'all, this being his first offense,
Mhm.
I'm trying to get his butt in line, and he will be joining the military after high school.
I understand.
He's already got the in-school suspension and everything on his record. What is it going to look like on his record with the court?
So what happens with teen court is if he'll go ahead and do the class and get it turned in, it actually won't be on his record. The record on tobacco isn't really going to create anything for you one way or the other, you know. And really what we're trying to do with tobacco offenses is address the issue. Because with tobacco, you know, like, I don't think I mind telling you, you know, I have a parent who is dying from that. And my son has another grandparent dying from that. And it's a lifelong change of lifestyle, tobacco. I mean, it kills you, but it kills you really slowly. So a lot of young people don't really care about that because they're not really thinking about that. But in the end, financially, it's going to ruin you. You know, it's just going to change the life you get to live because you're going to be feeding that habit. So, you know, the class is mandated by law. I guess, you know, what I would tell your son, Hunter, if you don't do the class, then what happens is that I convict you, I charge you the full amount, and you still have to do the class. If you don't do the class at that point, then I have to suspend your ability to get a license. And now we're really starting your record. If you have a license, I suspend the license. If you don't have a license yet, I suspend your ability to get it. So we need the class.
Actually, he's in the process of driver's ed right now.
Right. So we need the class, and then you're good to go. You can cross us off your list.
How long do y'all give for the class to get done?
60 days is the maximum amount I can give him time. It's the class. What I need is not this. I need the what's the tobacco class recommendation? Yeah, thank you. So the class, and I'm just looking. You'll have to go look online at the costs, but it's a 6-hour class, and then there's 12. It'll be a 12-hour requirement. No, give me just one moment.
Yeah.
Yolanda's not here today, or is she? Yeah, give her a quick call and ask. I'm trying to see. I'm not trying to make this harder than it is, you know. But we need the correction. Hold on just one moment. I've got the teen court coordinator coming down, and
Okay.
I just want to make sure I write your order with what we have available. But can we pay the $20 fee today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Hunter, you're working?
Yes.
Okay, where are you working?
At McDonald's.
Okay, when do you get paid?
Every 2 weeks.
What day? What day of the week?
Tuesday.
Were you paid this week or getting paid next week?
He just got half a paycheck this week, so
Okay, so the next paycheck would be on the 20th of July. On the tobacco, there are hours associated with that as well, like it's the class plus hours. And it can be the 6 hour. Right? Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. That's it. Okay. Thank you. I thought the law had changed. Okay, so Hunter, I need a 6-hour class. And for some reason, that's not on here.
Oh, 6 is missing on the hours required.
Yeah, we need to add that back in. It just probably got dropped off. So I need a 6-hour class, and I actually think it's realistic to get that from you by August 5th. Because you're going to get paid. You're going to pay for your class, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you have enough money, I think when you look, you'll find one that you can afford. They're usually under $80. You're usually around the 50 mark, okay? And you get started, and it's a 6-hour class. You can do it online. And then you turn it in on time by August 5th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And really my goal, it's a goal I can have, but in terms of for you, what I'll tell you is learn as much as you can from this class. It's smoking kills you, and you've heard that. It's not like it's a secret, right? But another issue with smoking has to do with the lifetime of paying what you pay to smoke will change the car you can afford. It'll change the house you can buy. There's a lot of reasons not to do it. So look for any reason. Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
we'll see you today. You're going to come by. When are we looking for you? Sorry, I forgot to write that.
He's got to go to work today at 5.
What time?
He's got to be at work at 5. So
In Temple?
yeah, he works at the McDonald's on West Adams and Temple. Yes.
Okay. Well, why don't y'all head on over now? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say. He'll probably be here as soon as I can get the dogs
We'll have your paperwork at the front desk, and it'll tell you, you're going to pick a class from a list of classes. And what I'll tell you about that is just go with one that looks good to you that you can afford. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Your next step, you're coming over. So we'll see you soon.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, he's getting paid that day. Yours is in the grid. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're moving to Kenneth Hickman. Gentlemen, you've got a green pad on your face. I hope you're not hurting. You named yourself hi as in hello. Can you tell me your name? Yeah, I just don't know.
I'm sorry, Derek Norman.
Norman, okay. I think you were in earlier. Nope, I had you. Why so late to court today?
I woke up late this morning.
What?
I woke up late this morning.
Okay.
I had my alarm set. I just didn't hear it go off.
Well, better late than never, I say. So I'll take you, but you're last because you got in at the end, okay? I'll definitely work with you.
Thank you.
Glad you're here. Okay.
Thank you.
My next person is Kenneth Hickman. And there you are, sir. Hi. You can unmute. I'm going to get your file pulled up, okay? I can't hear you yet, but I'm sure we can solve that. You just have to unmute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay.
How are you this morning?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
I'm all right. I got your note about the insurance and what happened.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you have insurance now? I know you're working on a lot of fronts trying to resolve things in your life.
Yes, I do. I do currently have got my insurance established. I didn't know it was expired. I thought the ex-fiance, we was on the same insurance.
Yes.
I thought she was the one, but she did not.
Okay. And you're in Austin.
Oh, go ahead. I was just homeless at the time. I didn't know when I wasn't speaking with her. So
are you still experiencing homelessness?
Yes, I'm a homeless vet. Right now I'm working with the Salvation Army trying to find a place to stay, but I'm just currently in my vehicle.
Well, it sounds like you're doing everything and you're going to get there. It takes a while, I know.
Yes.
Are you in the Temple area? Because I have you in Temple and then I have you
yes, I'm
in Austin.
Yes, I'm in Temple at present.
Okay. Well, I kind of interpret what you wrote to me as a
Yes.
request for a deferred. Is that your request to keep it off your record?
Oh, yes, yes. Like I said, I didn't know I didn't have any.
Yes, and I'll grant a deferred disposition. Keep it off your record. And that's going to look like 120 days with no more tickets.
Excuse me?
That's going to look like 120 days with no more tickets.
Okay.
And I'll order community service in lieu of payment.
Yes, ma'am.
That'll be 14 hours due by September 19th.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Sorry, I should write this all down. And what I'd like to see is your insurance by that same date too.
Okay. Okay.
You can bring it in now, or you can bring it in by then.
Yeah, but it's out of Austin, so I have to call them and have them send me the paperwork.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll go there and get it. That's I
Great.
don't really have that's right.
Stay insured through the deferred if you're driving, because you don't want to get any more tickets. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
If you can not drive without insurance, that would really help you.
I have insurance. I promise you, I do have insurance.
I believe you, completely believe you. I don't need proof for 60 days from today, or any time between now and then. And 14 hours of community service due that same date. I'm just trying to not have you come over. You know, that's not easy. Just come in once, bring the insurance, bring me the 14 hours. The deferred ends on November 9th. And what I need today is a signature. We can email it to you and you can print it and sign it, or you can come by the court and we'll provide free copies, which is going to work best for you.
I will come by the court today, ma'am, if you don't mind.
No problem. That's actually the best.
Yes.
I just, sometimes people can't. So you're coming by today. In about half an hour or so, we'll have your order at the front desk and you'll sign for it. And we'll get you the copies. If you bring me that insurance, then we'll mark it off the list. If you need more time, you've got 60 days to get it in. And then you can actually do your community service at the Salvation Army. It's a nonprofit.
Okay.
Yeah, if they'll do that with you, you can get it done fast. If you're already doing, you can double down. I don't mind. 2 birds, 1 stone works for me, provided we're getting it done. So what I'll tell you is just come by and we'll have a packet and a way to get your hours and a way to document those hours to turn in, okay?
Okay. Now, so one quick question. Okay, on that insurance, is there any way I could have them maybe fax you my information?
I've got no problem with that, but you call and make sure they did it. I mean, they'll say they did it. You call and make sure we got it.
Okay, but there's a fax number that they could send to the saying I'm insured, correct?
Yeah, I can give it to you now, or when you come by, they'll give you a card with all that information.
I get it when I come in.
Okay.
I get it.
Okay. All right. Listen, good luck with everything.
In 30 minutes.
And this will keep it off your record, okay, Mr. Hickman?
Yes, ma'am. Appreciate it.
We'll see you. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
You stay well.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So I'm looking at Raven King. Ravon or Miss King? Or Mr. King? I'm sorry, I didn't look yet.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Miss King. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Okay. Let me get your case pulled up. I mean, I have it. You're on time, and you I set you for today because you're on time and you pled not guilty, and I can push you through that process. But I guess I was trying to find out, and just give me 1 second. I thought
Sure.
Just wait 1 moment. I thought on that case that I had noticed that she had complied. Okay. Let me look at what she submitted. It's probably that miscellaneous document. Maybe not. There's a $20 dismissal fee. And if you were able to pay that $20 fee, I can dismiss this ticket.
Okay.
I mean, I just hesitated to put you through a 2-step pretrial process, and that's going to be the offer.
Right. I appreciate it. I can do that.
Okay. So I'll sign that document today if you can pay that fee today.
Yes, ma'am. I sure can.
You're out in Nolanville. Can you come by the court?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. I'm going to allow the dismissal.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. I'll get that ready for you, and it should be at the window for you when you get here.
Okay. Thank you. And that has to be done by money order, or I could do cash or card.
Let me find out. They
Okay.
changed everything up a few months ago for us. And so I'm just woefully hearkening back to my memory, and it's incorrect. So let me find out.
Understandable.
Let me give you a real answer. Okay.
Okay.
Just hold tight. And while you are doing that, only. So we take cash, we take a check, we take a credit card, but there'll be fees. If it's a money order, apparently it has to be 72 hours old. It's a new one for me.
Oh, okay.
Will any of those work for you?
Yes, either one of those. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We'll see you at the court. When are you coming by?
Okay, I'm going to be on my way right now.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. So I'm moving to, and I'll say the first name wrong, but I'll try, Tataka Boykins.
Yes.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's see. Let me get your information. I had a note that you wanted to pay in full within 30 days. I'm not sure where it's what got checked off on here, but I'm showing that payment could be a challenge. And so I wanted to just talk with you about it.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a small child and just a very limited income at this time. And this is pretty up to date. It's just from a couple of days ago. And I just needed some more information. Y'all are living in a situation where you're not having to pay rent, but you do have bills, right? Is that still
Yes.
the case? Okay.
Yes.
And what about childcare or food?
No, ma'am. My issue, well, my whole is I received disability.
Yes.
Right now I'm going through the appeal process. So they've cut down.
Okay,
and
what are you receiving?
$500 something a month, I believe. 586. And that's until they decide if they're gonna let me keep it or not, pretty much.
Okay.
The amount that they agreed to continue to pay me until my appeal process is over.
Okay. I'm already there now. I'm actually able to order community service, but it's subject to your disability. So, I mean, limits that you have, right? So, what I normally do at this point is I go ahead and order the community service. And do you see a physician or a doctor of some kind right now?
Yes, just to get my medications and things of that nature.
Okay.
I'm physically able to do so. The question I have with whatever you require me to do, I'm trying to get my driver's license updated. It's expired now.
Okay.
So what I want to know is, with whatever you have me do, is it going to show up in the system to where I'll be able to get my license immediately? Because I take care of my mother and I'm her way of getting to her appointments, getting around, and I can't afford to be riding around without my license.
I'm
So,
totally on the same page with you. Give me one moment. I'm trying to find. Let's hold on. Do I have it on me? Hold on. Okay, because we didn't mark that. Okay. Okay, a couple of things. Nothing's immediate when things have gone this long. Okay, I can help you. Where'd you go? There you are.
sorry, something got in. I'm sorry.
No problem. It's technology. We roll with that. So, okay. So here's what I usually do. Okay. This is a last offense called violation of the promise to appear. I had some other holds as well. I think I've released those, but I'm confirming that. She had other cases. They're not listed in my thing. That's
Well, I
perfect.
think that I paid when I came up there, if that's what it is.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to look and see.
Okay.
So what y'all printed for me shows the VPTA. So we need to look at her profile and see what those cases were. See when the release was sent. What I normally do is order the 25, it's 25 hours. And I normally order that and I try to get it back as quickly as possible because that's when I can release. What you do to do that is kind of a choice. In Killeen, I don't have a list of places, but I take community service from any nonprofit organization in your area. I can give you my list of, but what I can't do is I can't keep up with Killeen. I've tried, and Killeen things open and close, but food banks, any services like that, like where people go to get help, animal services, fire department, your kids' school, let's see, library, homeless services, feeding banks, Salvation Army, Goodwill. It's any nonprofit. Okay. So, your church even? Do you have a church, for example?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You might see if your pastor would sign off on community service.
Okay. Said it'll be 25 hours?
Yes.
And I can't get my till that's complete.
Well, this is a problem that we've had since 2010.
Yeah, I was unaware of it. I was completely aware of it. I was when I got my license last time, I thought I'd taken care of everything, got everything to course that sometimes just doesn't pop up. I wouldn't have let it gone. But the issue,
I
like I said,
believe you. I
my
believe
mother. Oh,
you.
I help her a lot during the day, so that it's gonna be hard trying to 25 hours, but
Okay, I have a suggestion, given with your mom.
Mhm.
I can drop that in half to 12.
Okay. Will I be able to Temple if I have to do any of the community service?
Yes, you can
That'd
do
be
it.
okay.
You can do it anywhere in the state of Texas that's a nonprofit.
Okay.
My only requirement is a nonprofit that we can verify from a person who's allowed to sign off from that entity.
Okay.
That's it. That's all you control the rest. I also am going to put in your packet, and I'm wanting you to come get it. I'm going to put in your packet a how to get your license back packet.
Okay.
Okay. And that'll help you check and make sure there's nothing else out there
Okay.
that's going to haunt you.
Yeah.
Because I want you to get your license back.
Yeah. Need it.
I've got to have a way to clear my case
Yes, ma'am.
before I release it. So I'm going to have this all at the front desk. Is there a way for you to get here today?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to put it with the clerk, and they'll have everything there for you. And you can sit there for a few minutes and look through everything.
Okay.
And then if you have questions, if a clerk can't answer, they'll put you in a meeting to talk to me, and you can still get started on everything. If you don't have any questions, we'll just move you forward. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. You hang in there. Okay.
Thank you. Oh, you have a great.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Because I'm trying to help her stay motivated. I could give her more time if I need to. Marion Johnson. Mr. Johnson. Good morning. If you'll unmute, I'll be able to hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. And I got your note. I actually did read it. I can go ahead and put you back on community service. That seems like what we ought to do.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
So let me just tell you what that means. And I saw you weren't, maybe, I might have this right. Were you able to get any of the hours done?
I don't remember, I hadn't even started, well, I tried to start, but.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, right at the time of COVID starting, and they were like, no, don't come here.
Right. So 28 hours, and I'm going to give you till September 9th. I'm willing to work with you if you need more time, but don't let it go. Just let me know what's going on, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can you also put in like what I need to do to get my license?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Yes, I would love to do that. I consider it my hobby.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I like to help people figure that out because it's well, I guess why I like it is one, I like to help people, and two, it's like a big puzzle, and I like puzzles, but I don't like that you're in it. It's so I don't mean that to act like it's fun. It's not fun. I know it is.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
But I know people struggle, and I have found a way to kind of guide you. You'll have to do the legwork, but I'll put that in there. Absolutely will.
Okay, thank you.
Glad to do it. It'll be at the front desk with your stuff. So when are you coming by?
Here in a little bit.
Okay. Okay. I have that heading your way to the front desk, okay?
Okay. You have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. You too.
Mhm.
Okay. Finally getting to the end. I know folks have been very patient, and I really deeply appreciate it. I've not really been able to identify who is phone number ending in 085. Who are you? We're going to wind up unable to work on your case because I can't hear you. You're not responding to anything. Maybe you're hearing me. Phone number ending in 085. Who are you? I don't mind you listening in, but you could just go on YouTube for that. I'm going to keep going. I am looking for David Hutchison. 0895 is David Hutchison. Are you there, Mr. Hutchison? Yes, I see you.
I'm here.
Hi there. How are you, sir?
I've been better.
Well, sometimes that's just what we're looking at. Are you able to
Yes,
hear me?
ma'am.
Yes, sir. Are you able to hear
Yes,
me?
ma'am.
Yeah. So, and you're a veteran, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what I have, we just have a series of cases with balances, and I'm just going to try to work out the best way to resolve those. Do you have any ideas?
I understand, ma'am.
What do you think would work best for you, a payment plan or community service?
I need a payment plan, but I need to lower it.
Yes, I can do that. Give me a moment. I'm going to need to do some reductions for you. And then I suggest that we do a $25 a month payment plan with the idea that if you want to pay more and you can always pay more money and get it done faster. We don't charge interest. It's just simply getting it paid out. But before we set that up, I want to do some reductions, and I want to also find out what's the best day of the month to collect $25 from you.
Yes, ma'am.
What's
On
a
the
good
third
day?
is best day.
The 3rd. Okay. On his case, start with the insurance case and just take the fine off. Almost ready. He didn't have any other fees, right? Collection fees. Sorry. Yeah, that's fine. The fine was 2, right? Yes. Okay, and what's his current now total? Total full total. Not this, but all cases. Yeah, it has to back, you have to finish that process. Okay, thank you. Mr. Hutchison?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I've been able to reduce you down from 691 to 491 total. And we're looking at $25 a month or more if you can pay it. If you find you can't make a payment, you need to reach out so we don't start adding other fees. And if you find you want to do community service instead, you need to write me a letter. But for now, I'll say $25 a month beginning August 5th. No later than August 5th. You can always pay early if you want to, but no later than that date. And then what I'm going to ask you is, do you have the email?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you give me that email information?
It's David Hutchison, all lowercase letters, 174 at gmail.com.
Okay. We'll email this to you, and we need to get a signature today. You can take a picture and email it to us, or you can fax it to us, or you can, scan it and email it. Will any of that work for you? Because I show that you're in Mahia. That's pretty far from here.
Yes, ma'am, I am in Mahia.
Right. Can you fax it to us, or
I can fax you a picture of my ID.
Oh, yeah, no. What I need you to do is somehow like print this out. Can you print it out?
Yeah, I can print one out. And
Not your ID, the paperwork.
Yeah.
I'm probably having problems understanding you.
It's okay. That's okay. What I'm hoping is that you could print what I send you through email and sign it, and then either fax it back or take a picture of it and email it to us.
Yes.
Okay. I'll send it to that email. It should be in your inbox in about half an hour or so. And then we'd like to get it back. We'd like to get it back today.
I'll sure do that.
Okay. And then when you send it back to us, just call us and make sure we got it.
I will do.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. You take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now.
So I'm hearing that Laura Long is on the phone on 085. Yeah, but the problem is that if she's on the phone and I can't hear her, I can't have a hearing. Yeah, well, I've had 3 flip phones on today, and it's possible. But if I can't hear her, I can't conduct a hearing. So she'll just need to, let me look at her file real quick. It's okay. No, I mean, we're problem solving. You're perfect. Here? Yeah. Oh. She has a balance, and we're trying to resolve that balance with her. And I hope she can hear me. That's good. What she did was filled everything out and crossed out most of it, and it was really hard to understand. She asked for a payment plan of $10 a month, which is normally, I feel like that isn't going to work. She's qualified, from what I'm seeing here, to do community service, and I can just order that, and she can come in and sign for it. And it's going to be 29 hours. And I'll give her 60 days, and she can ask for more time on or before her due date. And so let her know. She can just come to y'all. We'll have that ready shortly. Shirley can take it, or y'all can come get it from Shirley in a few minutes. Okay. Ms. Long, the clerk, is going to work with you. I know you're having trouble with your technology, and we'll have your order at the front desk in about 10 or 15 minutes. So just come on in. Okay. So so I'm moving to Brandy McGuire.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ms. McGuire.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just taking a moment to review what you sent me. And you asked for a payment plan, but for me, this seemed like a situation where community service would work better, because I don't really see how you could pay your rent, your bills that are reasonable, and also make that payment that you requested. So I was a little concerned.
Okay.
I was a little concerned.
Well, I have to get my license. It expired and I have to get it reinstated. So I was trying to do what I thought would be the fastest way for me to get it back.
Yes, I think community service would be faster.
Okay, I can do that.
Because if you paid $100 a month, even if that worked perfectly, it would take 8 to 9 months to clear. And with community service, I would need 45 hours. No,
45?
43 hours.
43?
And I could usually count on getting that within 60 days.
Okay.
And I'm showing you're in Plano, so I'm going to want to email this to you and have you return it today. Is that possible?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
And did we send you email information for the meeting today?
Yes.
Okay. Can we continue to use the McGuire Brandy at 1 Gmail? That one?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
Okay. We'll email that to you and get it back signed to us today. And I'll pull your warrants off today. Let's get back on the same page. Now the warrants can go off today. The hold on the license, if there is one, and I'm trying to see if we have one on her, just drop down. What your quickest way to check that, by the way, is going to be to go to the VPTA case. And because it's the most intensive on what's taken place, and see if there's an omni fee. I don't think the pie, yeah, that should show the omni. There it is, yep. So I just need to get those hours back, and then I can release your DL.
Okay.
Okay, at least the whole lot.
Do that as possible.
Okay, I just need it by 5 today.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, ma'am. And I need to talk to Mia Pickett. Oh, Mia, your dad just stepped out. You're 17 though, so I can talk with you. Is your dad able to be back with us, or?
Well, so I just have to hunt.
Sorry? A little bit louder. Speak up. Can you speak up?
He's coming.
Oh,
Can you hear
great.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're not very loud, but I can hear you.
Sorry, we're at his job site, so he's been having to step out a few times.
Okay, that's all right. It's not a problem. We're looking at teen court, and I just want to confirm you've pled guilty to both charges, requested teen court,
Yes.
and you put income. Is this your income or your dad's?
It's my income. I have a job.
Okay, okay. Can you pay your $20 fee today?
I'm sorry?
There's a $20 fee for each case, so it would be 40.
Okay.
Can you pay that fee, those fees today, $40?
Yes.
Okay. And then you have 2 charges, but they're from the same day. So I can do teen court on both of them. One's going to require a class, the other an essay. The class you'll pay for, okay? The essay is free.
Okay.
Okay. So can you come by the court today?
Yes, ma'am.
What time?
Probably around 1 o'clock.
That'd be perfect. And I'm going to have everything due on the 5th of August. And I'm sorry, what time did you say?
1 o'clock?
Okay, anytime around then is good. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. And we'll have everything at the front desk. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're 17, so your dad actually didn't have to be part of the hearing. And you seem bright. I think you'll be fine. But it'll all be in writing. And if you have any questions, just let the clerk know. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Maybe out there, if you're able to unmute, that would be wonderful, because I need to be able to hear you. And it is your turn.
Yes.
Hi there.
Hi.
And I have a speeding charge. Give me just a moment to pull your
Okay.
last name B. I'm wondering what her plea for.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's cutting off.
Okay, it's probably because I'm not close enough. I was talking to a clerk, trying to get some more
Oh,
information. Just give me one more minute. Is that her most recent? Yeah, it's the most recent document. Perfect. Okay, I'm not able to do the regular defensive driving option. I can do a deferred disposition. You would have to pay the remaining balance of 123, but you would not have to do the course and pay for that.
okay. Will it be taken off my record?
I'm not
Because
sure.
I had already
Yeah, hold on.
completed the defensive driving, but it was late. But I completed it.
Yes, okay. No, Actually, I'm not able to do a deferred. A conviction was entered June 10th. And it's just a balance due at this point. Does she have income information?
Of 123.
Right, that's the amount that's due.
Okay, I can pay that. But will it be on my record?
It already is.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is there any way to do something about that? Like if I already completed the course, but it was just late because I had surgery.
Right, but okay, so it wasn't just late, okay? It was late, and we also asked you to tell us what was going on, and we put deadlines on everything. And, you know, we didn't get any communication from you, and I think it was due, when was it originally due?
Originally it was due a while back, and then I got extension.
It
And
was
that's when I
originally
went in
due
for surgery.
April 25th, and I finally did a conviction in June because I didn't have any information.
Okay.
So you know, once I do that, after, I mean, I hear that you had surgery, and I'm not trying to be cold about that. But the reality is that at a certain point, I have to do something. And there was no information that let me do anything but enter that conviction in June. And then now the balance is owed. I can't change that record at this point.
Okay. What will this mean, like, for me?
I don't know.
You know?
I don't really know. I can't give you legal advice. And as far as what it means for you, I mean, it's been entered on your record, and I don't really, I mean, it's a speeding charge. It could increase your insurance. It depends on your company. I'm not part of the relationship you have with your company that insures you. I can't really tell you that. Sometimes it doesn't have any effect. Sometimes it does. So I really can't give legal advice. On my end, I need to collect that payment because without it, you're going to go to warrant. And I don't want.
And I can go in and pay that today.
Yes.
Is the office, can I pay it at the office?
Yeah, at the municipal court, yes.
Yes.
Where you came in before,
Okay.
okay?
And there's no other way of trying to dismiss it from the
No.
record?
No, there's nothing.
Okay.
I would just say if you ever get another ticket, you got to communicate with us because, how long were you had surgery?
I was out for 2 months.
You were completely comatose for 2 months?
No, it wasn't that, but it was recovery.
Right.
But the surgery happened around that time.
Right.
When I got the extension.
How long were you in the hospital?
For a month almost.
What was the surgery for?
I had a complication, broken nose.
They kept you in the hospital for a month?
It was actually out of state, so I had to follow up. But yeah, it was like a.
So if you'll bring me your medical documents showing your hospital stay was for a month, I can see. I can't guarantee you. I can look at it. You can bring it today.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Last but definitely not least, Mr. Norman, good morning. I'm just looking at all your information. Put a note in Ms. Bear's file. That's who I was talking to. That she may drop some information off, but she still needs to make payment. Are you still working at Certified Charity in Good Hands? Oh, you own it. Of course you do. But I'm showing that payment is difficult. Let's unmute you. Let me get you to unmute yourself.
Okay. Am I unmuted?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
We just have balances. And what I'm showing is you may not have income at this time and that we would need to look for community service. There is one little provision there. You can't do it at your own nonprofit. Okay. So, but I see you're in Harker Heights. You don't have to come over to this side of the county unless you just want to. I do need to get your signature today on a waiver form.
Yes, ma'am.
And there's a packet that I want to give you for the community service.
Alrighty.
Usually I ask people to come get it. You are at Heights, and I'm not really clear whether you could drive over today. Is that a possibility?
Yes, ma'am. I can come sometime before the courthouse closes.
Okay, before 4:30?
Yes, ma'am. That'll be fine. Because I plan on being out there in Temple today later on.
Okay, just to pick up your stuff and sign for it. And then you'll have 60 days. And if you need more time, you'll need to apply for an extension, okay?
Yes, ma'am. And I have a question.
Yeah.
If I were working for another nonprofit, would I be able to wear my own
They don't mind. I
uniform?
don't mind.
And would they possibly be able to since I can't supervise myself, they would be able to also supervise me for my nonprofit as well?
No, I can't take it from your nonprofit. If you can wear if they don't mind you wearing your shirt. I don't get involved in it. I just have certain rules. And one is that you do it at a nonprofit, that the person signing is authorized to sign so that we can verify, and you can't have a relationship with the owner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. 60 days. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And seeing no further persons, and looking at closing up the meeting.